Right. What's going on, everybody? I hope you can hear me good. I hope y'all can hear me pretty good. Leave all your questions in the chat. We got a good show for today. Hopefully, y'all learn something. Keep it simple, keep it succinct. Hopefully, y'all could use some of this information and apply it to yourselves. Give people a couple more minutes to get in here and we'll get started on it. I'll give it a second. All right, then. All right, let's get started. Hey, listen, whoever watches this on the playback, appreciate y'all for joining. We're gonna get started so I can get back to watching this game. And so look, how long should you stick to a workout program? Okay. I know this is a real weird question, but the reason I'm making this video is because a lot of times I've noticed with myself and even with other people that you'll get started or you'll put together a plan in your head and say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna start doing this more. I'm gonna start, I want to grow my triceps, so I'm gonna start doing triceps more often. I'm gonna start doing X, Y, and Z more often. But you really don't know how long you should complete that before you start actually seeing results. Because what'll happen is you might do it 1 or 2 times, fall off, forget about it, not even, and then maybe 3 weeks later forget that you were even doing what you said you were going to do 3 weeks ago, because maybe you only kept it up for a week or so. But we got to get into that. Let's chop that down and figure out how long you should actually do things so that you can know going forward if you actually want to see some progress in yourself. I feel like a lot of times with anything, what I'm saying, we're trying to see progress within yourself. It all starts in your mind, and it starts in completing your task. And a lot of times if you don't do what you say you're going to do, or you don't get your mind ready to be completing something for a long period of time, then you're not going to be able to ever see the results that you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know it's discipline, I know it's doing the same thing day in and day out and all this other stuff. Yeah, I get that too. But mainly though, it's like, you know what I mean? Like for a muscle, you got to treat it like it's your baby. You got to treat it like a plant. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times when you want to just do stuff and get the results quickly, and it's not even quickly, sometimes it's just that you want to get the results and you haven't been seeing them in 2 weeks, or you haven't seen them in 3 weeks, and you've been doing it. You got to keep in mind, muscle growth is like watering a plant. You water it, feed it, whatever you got to do, give it sunlight, and then you're not going to necessarily see the growth right away. But at some point, you'll wake up or somebody's going to come in and like, oh, wow, your plant got big. Last time I saw it, it was only this size. And so keep that in mind. It's not all about overnight, immediate growth when it comes to muscles. Sometimes it takes a while to grow. And then all of a sudden you get a chance to, see the results of your fruits of your labor. So keep that in mind. Okay? Now, the first thing is, which workout program should you even pick, right? Now, we talked about this kind of last year. I made a video on this a while ago. The workout program that you need to pick for yourself, and there's a whole bunch of different workout programs. There's so many different people out there who are doing different things and might be whatever you're into. But you got to look at your body, assess it, and say, okay, what would be the best suited workout style for my body type? Okay, because something that works for me may be some type of shredding program, but you a thick person and you really don't ever shred easily anyway, like that. Like, don't go down to a 200-calorie diet, you know what I mean? when you need to be doing something completely different. Maybe your body doesn't work like that. So you got to find some type of workout and diet program that works for your body type, first of all. If you follow different influencers or you follow somebody who you like, like a lot of stuff works. A lot of people's stuff can work. Like we all kind of doing the same workouts a little bit, you know what I mean, when you break it down. But at the same time, if you know somebody who kind of visually looks like what you would want to follow in that track, then yeah, maybe pay attention more to them and maybe start doing their type of stuff, And so, but pick one for your body type. Now, the second thing is treat putting on or changing or sticking to a workout program as if it was a competition, as if you were getting ready for a show or for an event. And a lot of times, it's like a, uh, 8-week prep, 12-week prep, 16-week prep, something like that. Treat your workout style and your workout. Okay, I'm gonna do these exercises. If you're trying to grow your glutes or something like that, I'm gonna do these exercises for 4 months straight. So 4 months, that should be your goal. Like if you're starting to do something for your shoulders, or you're saying, okay, like for myself, for example, I'm doing my triceps and I want my triceps to grow. I'm gonna work them for 4 months straight with this type of style. And then at the end of the 4 months, I'll be able to say whether or not it works or not. But give something at least 4 months. Don't just, give it 2 weeks and say, okay, well, I did it for 2 weeks and now that's nothing. Or I did it for a month and I didn't really see any results after a month or so. Like that's not enough. Give it a solid 4 months, and then come back and say whether you saw results or not. Because you got to think about it. Like in the first month, you got to give yourself a chance to get accustomed to it, to even doing it. You got to remember to even follow through with it. Once you start making it a habit, then you'll do it again for the second month. Then you get into the chance to start you get into the chance to start raising the weights, and doing heavier weights that next month. And then the third month, you'll start getting a chance to really get your form right and doing it and starting to fall in love with it. And in that fourth month, you'll be doing it like it's nothing and increasing the weights. And then at that time, you'll be able to say, okay, is it working or not? But you do it for 2 weeks and say, oh, well, I felt the pump one time, or and then you change it up. How you ever going to see results? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you ever going to get somewhere? And so it just takes time. So keep that in mind too. Okay. Now, the third thing is, um, stop looking to actually see your results yourself. Sometimes you're not going to actually visibly see your own results. And it's like what I said with that plant. A lot of times, like, you might have your own plant in your house, you might be watering your plant, but you don't really see the growth of it. It grows on its own, like, and once it grows, you'll pop up and say, oh shoot, that plant got big. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be out of the blue, because it doesn't happen every 2 days, every 3 days, and you check in the mirror and trying to see. Like, even for myself, like, I've been in great shape, I've been in flat shape, I've been in, swollen, I've been sick, like I've seen it all. And so, you have to remember, like, it takes time to get it all together. So make sure that if you do want to see if you do want to see the results, take pictures of yourself. And so the only way to actually see them versus looking in the mirror, because you'll never see them, is to take pictures. And if you take pictures, you'll actually be able to compare and say, okay, well, this month I look like this month like this, and I've been doing these workouts for this length of time. And so if you're really serious about your workouts, take pictures of your workout program and see how you look during that time. And after the 4 months, if you didn't like the way your transition was, you didn't like the way you look, okay, then after that 4 months, then switch up and do something different. But give it that time, and make sure you're taking pictures and remember what you were doing at that time. All right. And then the next thing is, try to fall in love with doing it. Like, fall in love with doing your workouts too. I got this advice from this guy one time, man. I was asking him, how do I get my legs to grow? And he said to me, you got to fall in love with doing legs. And so when you fall in love with a body part, you'll do it all the time, all the time, all the time. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to fall in love with more than just one body part. You got to fall in love with a couple body parts that really put you together. And once you fall in love with those things and you love to do them, you'll do them all the time. And you'll have some passion about them. And so when you're working out, it won't feel like, like chores. It'll feel like you actually are, doing something that you love to do. And so try to fall in love with working out, at least on a few body parts that you like to do. Like, pick a couple. If you really want your back to look magnificent, fall in love with working your back, fall in love with working your legs, fall in love with doing your abs and working your glutes, or having a wide chest. Like, fall in love with your shoulders. Like, pick something and fall in love with it. That way, later on down the line, you'll be able to appreciate it, and it'll always make you want to go back to the gym. You can default to that, and you'll know that that particular workout was the one that you needed to get, so that you don't want to change up, right? And then the last thing to remember is that the diet can also make or break your results. And so a lot of times, like, y'all will be working out and we'll be doing stuff and doing specific exercises, or muscle groups or workout programs, but you never really adjusted your diet in order to go along with it. And so you may not see the results because your diet is still, not in the right position. And so make sure that if you are going to switch something up or do something different, eat accordingly. Right? For myself, I know I want to grow right now, so I'm not going to not eat after my workouts. I got to make sure that I got all the food, all the fuel to put into them, so that I can see the results of the work that I'm putting in. If I'm doing the same stuff and I'm lazy on the couch, I'm not eating as much as I'm supposed to be, I'm not drinking my water like I'm supposed to, I'm not taking my supplements, but I go in the gym and I have a hardcore workout and I get back home and I don't do anything. I just, sit down, I don't eat again, I don't, do all the right stuff. I'm not having my vegetables, my fruits, and I'm not doing it, I'm not stretching, nothing else, then the results aren't going to show. Anyway, I could do the workout, But because I'm not feeding it, you know what I'm saying, nothing's gonna show up. And at the end of the day, it's gonna look like, okay, well, you still look stuck. You're still in the same spot. So don't say that your workout program is so bad just now because you're not seeing the results from it. It may be something else that's going along with your, maybe with your diet or with your lifestyle. Maybe you stressed out or something like that. That's not allowing you to actually see the progress, but try to go over those things that I said do. And if you can, I'm sure you'll see the results of it all. Anyway, all right. So let me see. We had a light day tonight, but I'm sure I'll get some videos some reviews on the playback. Man, you said any tips on getting motivated to get back in the gym? You just gotta. The hardest part of working out is just starting. Like, so if you can just walk in there and just take that first step to get into the gym, I think that should be enough. You'll figure it out once you get in there. Just do something, get in that environment and see it, and just try to get in there. And if you can make it an effort to go 2 times and then 3 times, and then when you get a chance, go to another time. Just get in there, and then it'll snowball into something else. But don't don't think too hard about going. You got to just pull the trigger and just get in there. Anyway, hopefully you guys learned something from this video today. If you did, share it with somebody else. Let somebody know what y'all learned, and definitely try to apply it. I appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram at GetFitWithKB, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.